So the MR2 races, the red lights go on. Paul Hinson from pole again versus Guy Hefford. Lots of wheel spin from a lot of the pack, but Paul Hinson makes a poor start. Guy Hefford gets the cross. I think that happened a lot of times this year. Stephen Wells round the outside to try and go second. Michael Wells following Hinson through the corner. Robinson, I think, has made a poor start in there. Michael Nicholls, we can ride forward then in the Mark III Roadster. He squeezes up on the inside there of Lloyd Clarkson trying to get in place. Here come the queue of 32 MR2s. They all made the start. So it's here they come then out of Graham Hillbound down into Surtees. This Guy Hefford that leads from Paul Hinson. Then they turn it into Clearways. That's Michael Wells. There's a change for fourth possibly here. Stephen Wells run out wide, and that's allowed George Robinson up a position. So Robinson goes fourth as they come through. Clark Company complete the first lap of the fourth round of the Toyota MR2 Championship in 2012. So they make their way onto the brakes then for Paddock Hill Bend. People looking for places to pass, and here we have Stuart Nicholls and Luke Austin coming around the outside of him. Connor Hamilton in front of both. The Guy Hefford dips two wheels in the gravel. He loses the lead. Hinson goes first, and Michael Wells goes up into second. Through Druids they turn then. So Hinson goes back in the lead. Hefford's under lots of pressure now from Robinson. Stephen Wells there as well to pounce if anything happens here. Here's Robinson on the inside, couldn't find a way past Guy Hefford on that occasion as they headed through the corner. Here on board now with Stuart Nicholls and Connor Hamilton running four wheels over the white line there on the exit of the corner. Then they turn through the left-hander at Surtees, right-hander at McLaren, then Clearways. Stuart Nicholls late on the race, up on the inside. The Mark III Roadster gains a position. He's still ahead of Luke Austin because he didn't find a way through. So that's sixth position for Stuart Nicholls. He's now chases after Stephen Wells then as they cross the line to complete the second lap. And now Robinson will go up onto a podium position as he fights his way ahead of Guy Hefford. Now can Hefford fight back as they go up to Clearways? I don't think he will be able to. Guy Hefford, ever since he made that mistake, he's just falling further down the field then. They plummet down the hill now then, and they're side by side behind. That's Luke Austin losing another position. He runs out of road, he runs down into ninth position, and he lost that position to Rob Wells. Yes, it was him, it looked like his car. Ben Rowe is the next car who is behind him. As they Ben Rowe all over the back of him as they now go to the outside. Here comes Nicholls. Is he going to get fifth now ahead of Stephen Wells? This is a great run for Stuart Nicholls. He's up to fifth position now then. Now comes the Mark II with its more powerful engine. Get it straight back ahead. Nicholls has got it covered on the inside line. But Stephen Wells really late on the brakes. He gallops round the outside in front of Nicholls behind. Austin trying to gain a position back, possibly. And they're going to go three wide up the hill. And then the cars go by the tree to spin though. And there's been contact. Stephen Wells one and Luke Austin. Look at the damage on that car. Luke Austin's run straight into the front of them. Two very badly damaged MR2s on board with Stuart Nicholls. Just missing the car of Wells, and in the rearview camera you can see the contact on board with Matthew Wallis, and there are the two cars stationary in the middle of the circuit. Luke Austin pulls off then, getting out of the way of release those Stephen Wells. That's two very badly damaged Toyota MR2s. To complete another lap, it's Michael Wells attacking Paul Hinson for the lead on the high line. Tries Michael Wells, he can't get that one done. I'm sure he can get a good run out of Paddock. He's not quite close enough to challenge Hinson this time, but he's getting that race. And Hinson from Wells up into Druids. The car of Amy Atkinson is soon to be lapped by a queue of one almost his four cars now. Wells has fallen back. Meanwhile, Stuart Nicholls under lots of pressure now from, I think that must be Ben Rowe trying to come around the outside. Meanwhile, Matthew Palmer up on the inside of Connor Hamilton. So that's a gained place for Matthew Palmer, who is, well, that's further back down. Did he have a bad qualifying session this morning? Yes, perhaps not liking the wet conditions. That is the only way I can explain that. Matthew Palmer down in 9th position on the grid. It must have been a poor start as well, because he's coming back through the field is Matthew Palmer, number 87 car, heading up the field. He's side by side with Stuart Nicholls now. Another gained place for Matthew Palmer behind Connor Hamilton, just now behind Stuart Nicholls. They get into the brakes. Nicholls has lost 3 places on this lap, so not the greatest of laps for him as we head into paddock board. Oh, the car gets all sideways there. So Van Pratt's too far over the curb. But he's late on the brakes. Yellow flags out here though. Connor Hamilton was trying to come round the outside here, but Connor Hamilton won't be able to do that. The car's headed into clearways. Now that looks like Atkinson's car being lapped. But now this is a good opportunity for Matthew Palmer to gain yet another position as they head round the outside for 30s. Can't get that one done. Is he trying? Is it Rob Wells or is that Ben Rowe in front of him? It's Wells. No. Yes, it is Wells who he's got past now, I think. And then is that Ben Rowe starting to drive off into the distance? Go onto the brakes. Paddock. Great watching these MR2s fight their way around Brands Hatch. Great circuit. And is that Hamilton? Yes, up on the inside. Connor Hamilton found his way through there. Meanwhile, 4 leaders all together now. Guy Hefford at the back of it, in front of him. George Robinson, he attacks Michael Wells, can't get through. It's Paul Hinton, not the quickest driver out there today, but he's very consistent. And off. Michael Wells and George Robinson both dump their cars in the gravel. They both come out the other side. But now Paul Henderson has a big lead. What was I saying about him being consistent? He leads them from Guy Hefford. And then the 2 recovery drivers in 3rd and 4th. Side by side far behind, that's Clive Morfitt coming up around the outside. Is that Lee Gamble leading that Matthew Wallis on the inside of Morfitt. Then behind them is Paul Grummet. And then it's Jim Davies, a driver really improving in his Mark III Roadster. And now Wallis under lots of pressure as Morfitt goes up on the inside as they head into Druids. And he gets it done. So Wallis leads out there. They come down the hill now. Grummet sits behind Wallis, but Wallis trying to come round the other side. We can ride on board with him then. He tries to come round the outside of Morfitt, couldn't get that one done. So they head now down into 30s. Then they, oh, there's a spin in front. I thought that Lee Gamble was running out wide. He certainly was. Grimmett gains a position. I think Morfitt was running on the grass, so he's got bad momentum, so he's trying to come past him there with Grimmett. I don't think Grimmett was quite able to do so. On board with Wallis. Now he's got a good run out of clearway, so he's got a run on Grimmett down to Paddock Hill Bend. 5 minutes on the clock, you can see from the automatic timer on the start and finish line. But now here comes Wallis around the outside of Grimmett through Druids. Can he get this one done? No, Paul Grimmett holds on there. And they come down the hill, and now Wallis is losing out here to Jim Davies. Like I say, improving all the time, the newcomer in the Mark III. He can't quite get that one done though. Now they exit Druids. Barry Wilshire trying to come up on the inside for 30s. Is he going to have that one done? Yes, he does. He finds his way then ahead of Jim Davies. Davies has a car now right behind him. And at the wheel of that one then is, of course, Lloyd Clarkson. And now Davies, that Mark III Roadster, doesn't have the speed down the straight, and now here comes Clarkson trying to make it 3 wide, but he can't get that one done. So onto the brakes, the 3 cars do. Clarkson now trying to come around the outside of Wilshire, can't do it, but Davies of course has got past Wilshire. They're all starting to just slightly drop off the back of Barry Wilshire's car now. Down the hill, Connor Hamilton chasing after Rob Wells. This battle is for, I think, 6th position. The race heading towards a close. Not long to go in this one. Now then, The MR2 boys very lucky to get one almost damp race. Really not that bad though. And this dry race, considering how wet it has been here this weekend. Stuart Nicholls then, right behind Hamilton, as that river disappears, looks across the track there at Clark Curve. And then they power down the straight in the slipstream of Hamilton. Can he find a way through on the brakes then for Paddock Hill Bend? No, he can't. So it's Wells, ahead of Hamilton, ahead of Nicholls, the three of them. Head up the hill towards Druids. Onto the brakes, Hamilton looks round the outside line. He can't do that though, and there's of course their cars in Luke Austin's car. Parked up against the tyre wall after his head-on collision. Don't see that though often in motor racing, do you? Head-on collisions, but that is what happened. Them two, Stephen Wells of course also lost it. And also now Amy Atkinson for tyres. We've got 29 cars who've circulated, 29 MR2s who've circulated, which is a very good number here. Waiting to see all these cars out. So, can Hamilton have a look as they head down into Paddock Hill Bend? Meanwhile, the battle is on between Wells and Robinson. This is for third. Remember, these two cars ended up in the gravel trap at Clark Curve and managed to get... they're actually in second, but it's a problem with Guy Hefford. Can't find any gears, it sounded like to me, as he passed us. And he's pulling off the circuit into retirement. So there's down to 28. We've got a replay now. What happened here with Stuart Nicholls? Very good start from Michael Wells. Contact. Nicholls lucky not to be fired into the barriers. And a replay with Wallis. He's got a problem with the gears as well. What's going wrong with all the MR2 gears? Nicholls falling behind Hamilton now. A bit of a gap between the two of them. But Nicholls trying to find a way through. He can do that. Wallis trying to also find a way through. Also, he couldn't do that. Hamilton has Nicholls coming back to him now with, I keep saying it, not long to go. It's certainly in, well and truly, the last third of this race, getting towards the last quarter of it. And now we are in the last quarter, aren't we? Hamilton versus Nicholls into Paddock then. They're back far behind Rob Wells. 6th is Wells, 7th Hamilton, 8th is Nicholls up the hill. We can ride on board with the 88 car then onto the brakes. They exit the corner then, and it is still that orange MR2 in front of Connor Hamilton. And he uses lots of curb there. Powers out the corner. Powers down towards 30s. Very far from left hand. Now Nicholls carries a lot of speed through there. Surely this has got to be a 30s opportunity. I mean, it's got to be a clearways opportunity. But no, it's not. Hamilton holds on to his 7th position at the moment. So this is the 4th round of 14 this year in the MR2 Championship. We watch Robinson and Wells head into the traffic, the battle for third. Hinson's on for victory. Hold battle for second, sorry. Hinson's on to victory, what will give him 94 points after what would be 3 race wins. If George Robinson holds Michael Wells up and finishes second, he'll be on 86 points, and he'll be the only person to keep with Paul Hinson only 8 points behind. Because Guy Heffert's retired from this one, so he'll only be on 68. And that compared to Matthew Palmer, if he continues to where he is, he'll be on 59. So yes, you can definitely see the battle for the championship to come between Hinson and Robinson. Right, Hamilton's got ahead of Wells, as they head into 30. Nicholls are getting very quick through here. Wells' car bouncing through the corner. They get onto the brakes. I think 1 to go at the end of this. So what can they do then? Who's going to gain position? 6th, 7th, 8th, absolutely together as they come across the line. Wells starts to the outside and into Paddock. They will go side by side. Wells has got a really good run here. They've got some traffic to deal with. Wells cuts back now. He's trying to come up on the inside. And Hamilton's got to seize that traffic, dives on the inside of him, runs out wide. That's going to give Wells a great run down the hill. And the car to be lapped is Jamie Grant. That's their first piece of lappery, probably the only piece of lappery for this battle of the race. So now out of Graham Hill bend, Wells again gets a good run of the corner. Hamilton pushes him here onto the grass, all four wheels on the grass from Wells. Nicholls may well have to back out of it here. He doesn't, he's going round the outside of Wells. Wells is going to try to fight him on the inside line. Nicholls doesn't run out of road as they now get onto the brakes. Now Wells dives to the inside. He's all fired up after being pushed onto the grass by Connor Hamilton. And now he's fighting back into 7th position. Again goes Rob Wells. And just behind, not falling that far behind, is Clive Morphy. And then in the top 10, a great result this will be for Jim Davies in the second of the Mark III Roadsters. Wells just about holds on in front of Nicholls. I think he backed off right in the last second there, just be 800 second down. After Matthew Wallis's gearbox problems to the end, he did make it to the end, unlike Gio Hefford, and Nicholls will finish in 16th. And for his hard work in those last few laps, he should score some points.